There we go. All right, we'll go ahead and get started with Taylor, and then we'll follow up with Dan and then Leo.
Hey, Coach. Tough way to end the season. If you could just start us off with your thoughts on the match.
Yeah, I think tough way to end the season, mainly because of the nature of the two goals that we gave away. Very preventable from the corner. And then obviously a mistake late on when we were trying to chase the game. So, yeah, disappointing. One game short. But I just want to say how proud I am of our group. Everybody, all on the sporting side, the staff, tech staff, the players. You saw how short of bodies we were, even at the end there. No forwards to throw on. Raylan came in a little bit banged up into this game, tried to grind it out, got kick lumps out of her. Dana got kick lumps out of her. You know, we limped over the finish line. It's kind of the story of the season, but I want to say how proud I am of the group to get this far and to come up one game short. I think they've been nothing but terrific all year.
And then can you talk a little bit about, right, I think coming into the offseason, you probably didn't think that you'd have 8 players on SEI/maternity leave, just how much the team has kind of stepped up and filled in the roles where they can throughout the season.
Yeah, look, absolutely terrific. And we're talking first and second year professionals. Pietra Torden having to lead the line, Raylan Turner, second year pro. Alexa, who's only been with us this in her second season. Mally Mackenzie, who was a sort of fourth choice centre back for us this year, having to be in there in fullbacks. I was talking to Lucy, one of our consultants, and she was sitting in the box with Morgan Weaver, Kaya Hanks, Marie Mueller, Nicole Payne, and she's like, it'd be nice to have them on the field. I think we gave them as good a game as we could give them today. One game too many for us this season, but terrifically proud of all the group. You know, Macca, how she's responded to adversity. Shy, Issa, that defensive unit, threw Di on there up top, the cause trouble. I thought we almost got one off a set piece. Pietra, it was a game of half chances, kind of either way, but they had a little more firepower to them. Their speed and quality on transitions and 1v1s told in the end. So, you know, all credit to Washington Spirit, and yeah, best of luck to them in the final.
All right, go ahead, Dan.
What would you say they did, or maybe what didn't you do to prevent you from getting Moultrie on the ball as much as I'm sure you would have liked to throughout the game today?
I think we were probably a little nervy playing the ball forward compared to our last few games when we were bold and played into the pocket. I thought we erred on the cautious side, and that's what I said at halftime. We can be braver, we can be bolder, and we were second half. The press was better. We fixed that, dealing with their box. And we were more brave, and you know, you go to 75 minutes, games in reach, despite, you know, a couple injuries on the field and a lack of attacking bodies really that are ready and available. So you know, we gave it our best bet to try and push and create something, and unfortunately made a mistake that ended the game. But yeah, no qualms about the effort as all season long. The togetherness of the group. They left their bodies out in the line. We had to go through 141 minutes last week. We had 9 a.m. start our time. Thank you, League. Always favours the East Coast with the television times. Coming out here, all of that against us. 1 day's less rest, but I will not fault the players at all for their effort.
The goal that they scored, the first one off your corner, what exactly was the breakdown there that allowed them to get the 2-on-1, I guess?
Well, the service, and then just second phase there would usually end that. I think Torps was a bit unlucky because if she probably goes in and gets her body in the challenge, you run the risk of card trouble there. But yeah, service, breakdown, second phase, we have 3 surrounding that edge of the box, and you need to just end it in those moments. And unfortunately we didn't. And then obviously the speed and athleticism going the other way in 1v1 was tough to track back and deal with. Thought they were very lenient on the fouls against Torpy today, and Kouassi done well to stay on the field. But yeah, like I say, just didn't quite get the service right, didn't get the second phase right, should have ended it higher up the field, and unfortunately got punished.
And the last one, you said that it was maybe one game too many. Was that a concern for you all week, or was that something that you kind of realized once the game was going on today?
I've been saying it since about March the 15th.
All right,
I
go ahead.
appreciate your time and candor all season.
Thank you, Dan. All the best.
Go ahead, Leo.
Hey Rob, kind of rough one. Something that we've obviously been talking about all season is just how tight-knit this group is. And I guess I'm curious how that reflects in kind of the vibe of the locker room right now. Is it like just having that collective still buy in for each other? Is it like okay, like we'll get them next year? Like kind of how would you describe that dynamic?
No, like you just lost the semi-final, and they dared to dream when nobody else did for us. So yeah, there's tears, there's sadness, and rightly so, and there'll be hurt, and there should be. We stood there as a staff, and you see the opposition celebrating, and we've experienced that at home. We experienced that in the last game. You're angry, you're frustrated, you're sad. There's all those emotions, and rightly so, and we let them experience that. Don't need words from me. They'd be hollow. I just got around individuals and talked to them and to let them know how proud I was of them individually. The spirit, the camaraderie, the togetherness they've shown. It will get them through, and we'll look back in time, not today, and realize what an unbelievable year and an unbelievable group we've got here. But today, yeah, rightly sad and disappointed.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go ahead and end there with Rob. Thank you all for jumping in. We'll follow up with Mackenzie Arnold. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. As always, just make sure to raise your hand, and we're going to keep it short today, obviously. Just 2 questions for each reporter. Go ahead, Taylor.
Hey, Mackenzie, it's a rough one right after your season ends, but if you could just kind of start us off with your thoughts on the match.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, obviously, I think we were a little bit outplayed in the first half, but we defended well, just like last week. I think we turned it around. We were more front-footed in the second half, but unfortunately, after the goal, we just sort of lost all momentum, and yeah, it's frustrating. The girls fought all the way until the end, but yeah, it's just a frustrating game.
Thanks.
All right, go ahead, Leo.
Yeah, obviously you just said fighting until the end. Can you talk a little bit about just this team and just this year as a whole and kind of how proud you are of them?
Yeah, try not to get emotional, to be honest, but yeah, it's been a hard season for sure. 2 secs. I think as a team, like what we had to overcome and like the adversity that we had to get through to get to this spot, yeah, I couldn't be more proud of them. Personally, it's probably been the toughest year of my career so far. So to get where we did with this team, yeah, it's really special, but disappointing for sure to end like that.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Dan.
So Mackenzie, Rob hinted that maybe it was one game too many for the team in terms of, I guess, running out of gas. Did you feel that way at all during the game or even leading up to the game?
No, I wouldn't say we ran out of gas. I think it was always going to be hard to come here. Quick turnaround. It's a long way to travel. Playing extra time, but of course they played extra time as well. So I don't want to put any excuses on the board, but yeah, it was always going to be a hard game to come here and beat a team like that. But again, I had all the belief in the girls. We had belief in each other. It's just a frustrating, disappointing way to end it.
And on their second goal, were you positioned high because your team was in the attack, or were you coming for the ball, or did you come for the ball because you were positioned high?
I mean, we had possession of the ball, so that would be always where I'd be standing.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll go ahead and get started with you, Leo.
Hi, Sam. Obviously not the way you wanted this one to go, but wondering if you could get us started with your thoughts on the match.
Yeah, I think Spirit is definitely the better team. I don't think, yeah, that can kind of go without being said. They outplayed us for sure, and I think they definitely have all the pieces to go and win the whole thing. I think they're a really talented group. I think we were just outplayed. I think we left it all out there, and it wasn't for a lack of effort. But yeah, I think we just were simply outplayed. And that being said, though, I'm so proud of the group and yeah, what we've done this season. But just doing our best to come out today fearless and to leave it all out there and play as freely as we could. But it was a really challenging environment, and they played a really great game. So credit to them.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dan.
Sam, thanks for your time. What did they do to you, or what did you guys not do to prevent getting Olivia on the ball more and from there generating more chances?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're a really compact unit. I mean, I do think that both of their goals, I think we gave to them in some ways, and that's not to say that they didn't do a good job breaking us down. I think they obviously did, but I do think, though I think we were outplayed for most of the game, that it's frustrating the way that they were able to score on us. I think that we can definitely do better in those moments, and I think they're fixable mistakes from us. But yeah, I mean, I think they were really aggressive in midfield and definitely swarmed us when we were on the ball, especially in some of that like 10 inside pocket space. And so, you know, once we were able to keep the ball, it was hard to retain, and I think that's a testament to their pressure. But I think going forward, we just need to be more composed and be able to kind of ride the different elements of the game that presented themselves today. So that will definitely be learning for us going forward.
I got one more for you, Dan, and then we'll go to Jeff.
Rob had said that he thought maybe it was one too many games for you guys in the season. Is that a feeling that is shared by the players either during the week or throughout, you know, actually being in the game today?
I don't understand. Sorry. What do you mean?
Like the team kind of ran out of gas and like, you know, like the season caught up to you today.
Um, no, I don't think we ran out of gas. I think we were outplayed for sure. But I think this team wanted to show up and win a semifinal game today and be in the finals next weekend. And if there were games after that that we could win, we would find the energy and strength and willingness to keep going if that's what it meant. I think if there's one thing about this group is that we're really resilient, and I mean that physically, I mean that mentally, emotionally, like we've been through more than anyone even knows, and all we ever want to do is win games, and obviously we didn't do enough today to make that happen, and we have to own that and take that. But no, I think that, I mean, it's not a slight to Rob, but I think that's a bit of a cop out. I don't think it was that we ran out of gas. I think we were just outplayed, and it's absolutely going to be big lessons for us going forward, continuing to play in big games.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Thank you.
Sam, thanks for taking the time. I'm just wondering, I mean, you mentioned, I think in the past couple weeks of the what it took, and you just said now just to get to this point. What do you see as the next step, the next layer for this team is if you're able to think ahead at this point in time?
Yeah, I think the word that comes to my mind immediately is consistency. I think we are so capable of being electric, especially at home. I think we can be a little bit more durable on the road, and I think that showed today in some ways. I just don't, I think we have too much talent to not be more consistent with our performances. And I mean that just top to bottom, like as an organization. I think we can do better to be committed to just showing up every day and being consistent in our details and the way we perform, the way we train. Obviously there's always going to be ebbs and flows to a season, but I think when I reflect, like I'm so proud of how we've finished, even though today didn't go the way we wanted it to. But I think going forward, us just growing and being more consistent in our performances, I think is the biggest thing.
And just you mentioned kind of been through a lot this season, maybe more than we know. Is there anything you can share just contextually of what that looked like or what this year was like from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I can't go into too much detail. I mean, you guys obviously know about, our adversity with injuries and, having to see six of our teammates go down, and them actually going through that. We're incredibly young and inexperienced. Again, these are things, and I think that's I I truly believe that like the love that this team has for one another is what has led it as far as it has. Like I believe that, for lack of a better term, like the power of friendship and of like camaraderie and a genuine love for one another is what has led us to a semifinal when we were picked to be 12th or whatever we were picked to be. And the Thorns are not an underdog club. I don't think we ever will be that. This absolutely, I do think, was an underdog team. But I also hope that we gained respect in that even if you are young, even if you are inexperienced, that like we're absolutely capable of doing incredible things. But yeah, I think just having to navigate changes around us, changes within the club, just the ebbs and flows of the year, obviously the things that you guys know about with injuries and whatnot. There were many days that were uphill battles, and for a team as young as we are and as inexperienced as we are to continue to fight and be resilient and to show up even on the darkest of days, like I have so much just pride in our team and in our group for doing what we did this year against all of the odds. I mean, Rob said before the game too, the only people that believed in us were us and probably our families, maybe not even our families at times, but that belief, and I think even more importantly, that love that we have for one another, like from top to bottom, has been the biggest fueling factor of the year that we've had.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you.
Thanks, Alberto.
Hey, thank you, Leo. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Jeff, for hopping on. I know that was a bit longer than normal, but obviously under the circumstances, it's a bit tough. So I appreciate the patience and the understanding and working with you all this season. We'll stay in touch and we'll see what we can do moving forward.
Thank you.
Thanks.